I whispered. I wish I could be with her. The alien princess turned and said, I heard you. Human. Evan pressed his lips against the cool seam of Princess Saeli's chamber door. I wish I could hold you without the court's eyes on us, he whispered. The door slid open with a soft hiss. Saeli filled the frame, her tall frame draped in a silken robe that clung to her azure scales. Golden eyes locked onto his. I wish I could hold you without the court's eyes on us, she said, mirroring his words exactly. Evan's breath caught. He stepped back, palms up. Princess. My apologies. That was reckless. The corridors have ears. Chancellor Voss's spies. Inside. Saeli's voice cut like a blade, low and commanding. She gripped his wrist, her touch firm through his uniform sleeve, and pulled him across the threshold. The door sealed behind them. Evan scanned the chamber. Vaulted ceilings etched with Veyron script. A low table scattered with data slates. The air thick with her faint, spicy scent, like star anise and ozone. No guards. No holocams visible. He straightened. Highness, please. We must maintain distance. Formally. For your sake. The palace law on royal pairings? It's clear. A human liaison can advise. Not entangle. Saeli released his wrist. She circled him slowly, her bare feet silent on the heated stone floor. Entangle, she echoed, tasting the human word. You whisper wishes at my door, then beg distance. Which is the lie, Evan Hale? No lie. He met her gaze steadily. Just sense, Captain Rix warned me today. He ran sims on my access logs. Said if Voss catches wind of this, he'll petition the High Assembly to strip my clearance. You'd lose your cultural liaison overnight. Her scales rippled faintly a Veyron tell for amusement or irritation. Evan still parsed it wrong half the time. Rix tests you because humans endure tests. He told me. This, the next HFY. Then, said you disarmed his override trap in the East Wing without alerting sentries. Competence, he called it. Evan shrugged. It was a basic bypass. Human tech preps us for jury rigs. Your systems are elegant, but they assume obedience. Saeli stopped before him. She reached out, traced a claw tip along his jawlight. Deliberate. And this wish? Is it jury-rigged obedience? Heat flushed his skin. He captured her hand gently, held it away. It's real, but forbidden. Voss already spreads rumors. The princess dilutes her line with off-world flesh. Palace law demands proof. Any bond must strengthen the realm. Ours? It invites scandal. She tilted her head, listening as she always did, ears attuned, body still. Scandal fades. Weakness does not. Sit. Evan obeyed, lowering onto a cushioned bench. Saeli knelt across from him, fluid grace in every motion. Veyrons moved like water. Humans, like stone solid, but slow to shift. Here is my rule, she said. Private. Between us. Honesty. No palace masks. No protocol. Speak, as you whispered. He nodded once. Agreed. But honesty cuts both ways. Why risk this? You're heir to Veyra. Alliances with the core worlds wait. I'm just the aide who translates your customs into Federation briefings. Her golden eyes narrowed. You solve them. Customs are not puzzles to humans. To me? Problems with solutions. He leaned forward. Take the scent marking right. Archivist Nemi explained it. Royals bond by pheromonal exchange. Lifelong. Inescapable. Voss pushes it on you for political gain. But when I researched human equivalents, oxytocin bonds, flexible they adapt. You listened. Adjusted the right for our first joint address. The assembly applauded. Saeli's scales flushed, deeper blue. They applauded you. Human persistence. Veyrans defer to elders. You questioned Nemi until she yielded data slates from the archives. She nudges us now. Says your humble questions bridge species. As entered. Evan smiled faintly. Nemi's kind. But Voss isn't. He cornered me in the antechamber today. Prove your utility, Terran, or depart. Showed me the statute. Article 47. Royal Consorts. Must demonstrate realm benefit within one cycle. One cycle ends tomorrow. Sally's claws tapped the table. He summons us at dawn. Demands separation or trial. Evan's gut tightened. Trial? A reckoning. Public proofs. Combat sims. Diplomatic gauntlets. Endurance under stressors. Vayrans excel in harmony. Humans. In isolation. Voss bets you fracture. I won't. He stood, paced the chamber's edge. Sensory panels hummed, projecting a false starfield overhead Vera's night sky. Meant to soothe. It didn't. We collaborate. That's our proof. Remember the border skirmish brief? Your intuition on Krell tactics, instinct from Veyron, empathy links. My analytics mapped their weak flanks. Together, we swayed the War Council. She rose, matched his pace. Closer now. Her scent intensified, pulling at him. Collaboration, yes. But Voss sees threat. A princess who listens to whispers, not edicts. Evan halted, faced her. Then we end this. Tonight, I request reassignment. Protect your throne. Siley's hand shot out, pressed flat against his chest over his heart. Her palm warmed through fabric. Veyran bioheat radiating. No. You whispered a wish. Honor it. Conflict warred in him. Pull away or lean in. Her touch grounded him, steady as Earth's gravity after months in Vera's lighter pull. Fish out of water, that's what Rix called him. First day. Evan had fixed that. Recalibrated his suit's grav boosters. Trained till palace runs, felt natural. Honesty, he said softly. I want you. Every difference. Your scales under my fingers. The way you hum subsonics when pleased no human hears it without amps. But I won't topple your house. Her claws curled lightly into his shirt. My house topples without trust. Vayrans bind through shared peril. Humans. Choose. Show me. She tugged him toward the sleeping alcove, where bioluminescent vines draped a wide pallet. Evan's pulse raced. Sally, honesty. She stripped her robe, letting it pool at her feet. Azure scales gleamed, patterned like nebulae, her form lithe and powerful tail swaying low, tipped with a sensitive frill. Evan exhaled. He shed his jacket, then shirt, movements precise. No rush. Humans excelled at restraint. He traced her shoulder, felt the subtle vibration beneath her subsonic hum starting up. You feel it? She murmured, guiding his hand lower. Loud and clear. He amplified it in his mind, memory filling gaps. Competence, not magic. She pulled him down. Their bodies aligned his broader frame against her fluid one. Lips met, tentative then fierce. Her kiss carried spice, electric. His hands mapped her scales, finding heat vents that flared under touch. They moved together, learning rhythms. Veyron empathy sought sync. Human drive pushed boundaries. Siley arched, claws scoring light lines on his back. Not pain, but claim. Evan held her gaze, breaths sinking without words. Afterward, they lay tangled. Her head on his chest. Her tail coiled around his leg, instinctive bond mark. Dawn comes, she whispered. Voss waits. Evan stroked her frill, earning a deeper hum. We face him. Together. Proof isn't isolation. It's this. She lifted her head. He demands separation. Then we demand trial. Evan sat up, mind racing solutions. Rix, trusts me now. Nemi has records of our wins. Cultural exchange strengthens. Vera your words, my data. We show it. Saley nodded, scales settling to calm azure. Honesty builds trust. Competence seals it. A chime echoed corridor alert. Voices neared. R. Axe time. Where? Evan dressed swiftly, competence kicking in. He tapped his wrist comm, spoofed a maintenance signal to jam external scans. Go. I'll slip out the service duct. I have B. She clasped his hand. Not slip. Stand. With me. He paused, nodded. The door parted. Chancellor Voss strode in, flanked by 2 guards. Captain Rix at his shoulder, expression unreadable. Princess. Voss intoned, eyes flicking to Evan. Princess Sayali. Chancellor Voss's voice sliced the air, his frill rigid with outrage. This human defiles royal quarters. Guards. Seize him. Evan stepped forward, hands open at his sides. No sudden moves. Veyron guards tensed, claws flexing. Captain Rix raised a scaled palm. Hold. He's under my clearance. Voss whirled. Your clearance? This is scandal. Palace law forbids unchaperoned contact with suitors' aides? Sayeli straightened, tail flicking once. Evan Hale is cultural liaison. Assigned by royal decree. Decree bent for your whims. Voss's eyes bored into Evan. He wears no bond mark. Yet he lingers. Post-dawn. Explain. Evan met the Chancellor's gaze. Calm. Competent. I stayed to discuss strategy. Against threats like the Krell border skirmishes. Human tactics integrate with Veyron empathy fields. Rix's vents hummed interest. Tactics? Show me. Later, Siley said. Council first. Voss sneered. Council sees weakness. Or proof. Rix. Test him. Live etiquette trial. Royal dining hall. Midday feast. One error, and he's exiled. Rix nodded. Agreed. Fail. Human. And my guards escort you off-world. Evan clasped Sayeli's hand briefly. Her scales warmed under his touch. We prepare. They moved to the corridor. Voss stalked ahead, robes swirling. Rix fell in beside Evan. Dining hall protocols kill lesser diplomats. Greetings chain status. Wrong link. And you insult the table. Evan tapped his wrist comm. Nemi, cross-reference Veyron Hesters. Urgent. Archivist Nemi's voice crackled. Inbound. Meet in antechamber. Siley led them to a side vault. Nemi waited, data slates glowing. Her frill quivered with excitement. Human. Veyron's signal hierarchy through tail arcs and vent pulses. Subtle. One misstep. Cascades. Evan scanned the holodiagrams. Tail low sweep for equals. High coil for superiors. Vent flare wrong. And it reads, Challenge. Practice, Sayeli said. She mirrored a greeting tail arcing mid-height, vents pulsing blue. Evan copied. His tail imagined. Human style swept low. Close enough. Nemi hummed approval. 80%. Voss watches for flaws. Midday chime rang. Dining hall doors parted. Crystal chandeliers hummed with light. Nobles clustered at long tables. Scales in vibrant hues. Voss sat central. Eyes locked on Evan. Rix shoved Evan forward. Enter. Greet the princess publicly. Prove liaison worth. Evan strode in. Goal. Nail the greeting. Conflict. Unseen traps. Nobles parted. Whispers, rippling. He approached Siley's seat. She rose, poised. Tail neutral. Evan swept his arm low, mimicking tail arc. Vents he tapped his collar emitter, pulsing blue light. Gasps erupted. A noble's frill spiked red. Voss slammed a claw on the table. See? Human barbarism. Guards! Chaos brewed. Tails coiled aggressive. Evan's emitter glitched wrong pulse. He'd copied the inferior's bow. Triggered. Court insult. Sally's eyes widened. But she held. Evan raised hands. Wait. Error in translation. Request do-over. Princess. Confirm protocol. All eyes on her. Voss leaned in. Deny him, or stain your line. Sally's tail flicked a private signal. Learned last night. She pulsed vents deliberate. Green query. Evan nodded. Propose queue system. Visual bridge. Wrist flash for archetype. Emitter hue for vent code. Public test now. Nemi stepped from shadows. Scholar's endorsement. Cross-species sync works. Records prove it. Rix grunted. Trial within trial. Princess? Sally extended her hand. Q1. Superior greet. Her wrist comm flashed single pulse. Emitter shifted violet. Evan mirrored. Arm high arc. Emitter violet match. Nobles stilled. Whispers shifted. 2. Peer bond. Double flash. Azure. Hue. They synced. Tails hers real. His mimed coiled in unison. Voss's frill twitched. Parlor tricks. Sally turned to table. Observe. She signaled Evan. Complex chain. Triple flash. Shifting hues. Evan responded flawless. Human memory locked patterns. Practice paid. Nobles hummed. One elder noble pulsed approval vents. Harmony. Not insult. Rix crossed arms. Q-block's error spread. Competence shown. But Voss rose. Clever dodge. Law demands separation still. Prove realm strength. Or part. Sally clasped Evan's hand openly. Scales against skin. We prove. Together. Evan squeezed back. Trust sealed in grip. Corridor alert chimed again. Messenger burst in. Chancellor! Krell drones breach outer scan. Human signature detected. Voss froze. Impossible. Evan's comm buzzed. Nemi's voice. Your spoof signal. Mimicked. Trap sprung. Rix gripped Evan's shoulder. You anticipated? Calculated, Evan said. Q system works both ways. Battle and hall. Sally's eyes gleamed. 2 defenses. Show them. They rushed out, nobles trailing. Voss lagged. Calculating loss. In the war chamber, holomaps flared. Krell's signatures swarmed. Evan interfaced his comm. Human pattern recognition. Varen empathy fields amplify. Sync cues for fleet command. Sally nodded. Wrist flash. Ready. Rix barked orders. Shields up. Drones dove. Evan called vectors. Flank left. Empathy pulse disrupts their hive link. Vayrans fired. Fields hummed. Syncing human math with alien intuition. First drone crumpled. Nobles cheered from hall feed. Voss interred late. Coincidence. Second wave hit. Evan cued Sally. Tailor empathy. To their queen's signal. Isolate. She pulsed field. Drones veered, crashing. Rix slapped Evan's back. Reliable. If. Nemi archived the win. Cultural exchange. Strengthens realm. 17-1. 17, Madavatar. 17-1. Sally leaned close amid chaos. Tail coiled his leg subtle. Bond holds. Evan grinned. Q. Accepted. But Voss whispered to guards. Not over. High Council convenes. True trial awaits. Alert spiked anew. Evan prepped next cue. One gesture could save or doom them all. Feast aromas clung spiced vents and crystal fruits. Evan navigated the hall's edge, Sayali at his side. Nobles bowed now, frills low. Captain Rix waved them to a side alcove. Trial passed, but Voss pushes law. Bond must prove utility. Sayali's hand brushed Evan's. Heat vent flared soft. It does. Nemi joined, slate humming. Records compile. Human adaptability bridges gaps Vayrens miss. Evan checked maps. Krell retreat incomplete. Scout patterns suggest. Queen ship. Inbound. Rix's eyes narrowed. Intel? Human norm. Predict from anomalies. Evan traced hollow lines. Here. Empathy blind spot. Sayali synced. They deployed to balcony overlook. Stars wheeled above Vera's rings. Voss's voice echoed from hall. Princess. Return. Council demands purity oath. She ignored. Claws gripped rail. Q. Focus. Evan pulsed emitter. They scanned. Signal bloomed. Queenship cloaked. Fire! Rix roared below. Beams lanced. Ship cracked. Cheers erupted. Sayali turned. Scales azure glow. Victory. Ours. Evan pulled her close. Lips met scales. Bond mark deepened. Voss stormed balcony. Scandal spreads. High Council votes separation at dawn. Rix blocked him. Wins, stack. Law bends for saviors. Nemi nodded. Empathy data. Interspecies trust elevates all. Sayali faced Voss. Challenge us. Publicly. Voss sneered. Done. Duel of proofs. Tomorrow. Evan's mind raced. New cues forming. One night to arm. Dawn loomed. Stakes. Everything. Palace hummed with prep. Evan sparred light with Rix in training vault. Human punches dodged scaled blocks. You fight dirty. Rix blocked Evan's jab and countered with a scaled elbow sweep. You fight dirty. The captain growled. Circling back. Evan ducked. Breath steady. Human norm. Adapt or lose. Rix lunged. Evan sidestepped. Tapped the captain's flank. Light contact. No bruise. Rix paused, claws flexing. Duel tomorrow. Voss picks proofs. Culture, combat, command. Fail one, Bond snaps. Evan wiped sweat. We stack wins. Like the queenship. Right. Captain nodded once. Sent speech first. Voss twists it. Match her rhythm, or look the fool. He tapped Evan's chest. Breathe deep. Hold. Release with words. Evan inhaled slow. Lungs burned at 20 seconds. Exhaled. Rix's vents flared approval. Close. Train harder. He tossed a spar glove. Again. They drilled until muscles screamed. Palace chimes tolled midnight. Rix gripped Evan's shoulder. She's worth it. Prove the law wrong. M. Muscles. Crom. Evan nodded. Door hissed open. Sayali stood there, robes swirling azure. Enough, she said. Her voice hummed low. Scent blooming cinnamon sharp. Evan. Conservatory. Now, she seized his wrist. Pulled him through glowing halls. Evan matched her stride. Rix's warning echoed. One wrong touch. Proposal. Or crime. Conservatory doors parted. Vines coiled thick, bioluminescent pods pulsing. Air hummed with alien pollen, thick on the tongue. Sayali released him. Faced a crystal bench. Sit. Voss demands proof of union. First truths bind us. Trade them. Publicly, tomorrow. Evan sat. Pods glowed warmer. She perched opposite, scales shimmering. Claws tapped stone. Mine first. As fledgling, I scented father's doubt. He chose war over peace. I vowed. Listen deeper. Her vents released slow mist. Your turn. Evan leaned forward. Earth colony. Storm hit. Parents trapped. I dug 3 hours. Breath steady. Found them. He met her gaze. Never panic. Solve. Her eyes widened, pupils dilating. Human lungs. Show me. Ankrom. Lifting to storm. Goal clear. Sync for sent speech demo. Evan breathed in. Held. Pollen tickled throat. 25 seconds. Exhaled even. Siley's vents synced. She spoke. Words riding the mist. Truth aligns. Scent bloomed trust sweet. Evan matched. Inhaled. Held longer. 30 seconds. Released. Bond strengthens. His words carried clear. No waver. Pods flickered. She rose. Perfect. Vayrans falter at 20. You bridge. Claws extended. Now, touch ritual. Voss watches for breach. Evan stood. Heart steady. Teach me. She positioned his hands. Palms up. Eye lock first. Hold 3 pulses. Her golden eyes met his. 1, 2, 3. State intent. Permission sought. Evan locked gaze. Permission sought. Vents flare, yes. Hers warmed. Azure glow. Mirror sequence. Thumb, claw tip, palm press. Wrong order. Insult. Or claim. He nodded. Thumb grazed her scale first. Soft ridge. Claw tip next. Precise. Palm pressed last. Heat surged through contact. Saley's tail flicked. She reversed. Thumb on his knuckle. Claw light. Palm firm. Bond marked. Evan felt it. Pulse synced. Correct? Yes. She held. In court. This proves trust. Voss can't deny. Door hummed. Nemi entered, slate glowing. Chancellor spies. Records live. Evan tensed. Saeli didn't release. Let him. Voss's voice crackled from hidden vents. Princess. Ritual incomplete. Human fumbles customs. Saeli's grip tightened. Watch. She guided Evan's hand to her vent. Breathe together. They inhaled, held, exhaled. Scent merged. Her cinnamon, his clean ozone. Pods bloomed full. Nemi's slate beeped. Data. Human control elevates Veyron speech. Anomalies predicted. 12% gain. Voss snarled. Trick. Combat-proof next. Dawn. Link severed. Saeli pulled Evan deeper into vines. Pods shielded them. One more truth. Private. Evan faced her. Ask. Her claws traced his arm, permission sequence mirrored. Why risk all? Humans leave scars. He cupped her face. Sequence perfect. Scales warm. Under fingers. You listen. I solve. Together. Realm wins. Lips met scales. Soft. Electric. Her vents flared. Passion red. Bond deepened. Heat pooling. Nemi cleared vents. Scandal builds. But data sways counsel. Saeli broke kiss. Eyes fierce. Dawn. We face him. Evan checked wrist slate. Maps updated. Krell. Remnants probed borders. Use this. Show command. They plotted under pods. Saeli scented lines. Evan breathed predictions. Nemi compiled. Hours blurred. Chimes told 3. Exhaustion clawed. Ricks calmed. Perimeter secure. Saeli stood. Rest. Vault with Ricks. Evan followed her glow. Halls whispered dissent. Guards averted eyes. Vault door sealed. Ricks waited. Gear stacked. Ritual passed? Evan nodded. Scent synced. Touch sealed. Captain grunted. Good. Combat sim now. He activated Hollow Dome. Voss avatar spawned. Claws whirling. Evan dodged first strike. Punched. Low human feint. Avatar staggered. Saeli watched. Vents calm. Adapt his tells. Rix joined. Three-way drill. Evan blocked scale swipe, countered with elbow. Siley scented weak spots, called. Left vent. Strike landed. Avatar flickered out. Nemi slipped in. Council polls shift. Empathy logs viral. Dawn light pierced slits. Voss's shuttle hummed outside. Siley gripped Evan's hand sequence flawless. Command proof last. Krell intel. Evan synced breath. Queenship debris yields codes. Second wave inbound. Rix's eyes lit. Proof. Doors boomed. Voss entered. Robes stiff. Arena. Now. Princess yields human pet. Saili stepped forward. Duel accepts. Witnesses. All. They marched out. Arena thrummed. Thousands scaled the tiers. Vents filled air doubt heavy. Voss mounted dais. Proof 1. Culture. Perform. Saili dragged Evan center. First truths. She spoke hers. Missed clear. Evan matched breath hold. 35 seconds now. Words rode perfect. Colony stormtail. Crowd vaunts shifted. Murmurs. Human endures. Nemi projected. Lung capacity. Extraordinary. Voss sneered. Ritual next. Fail. Separation. Siley extended claws. Evan locked eyes. Permission sought. Vents flared. Sequence. Thumb, claw, palm. Contact, sealed. Tears erupted. Azure glows spread. Voss pallid. Coincidence. Combat. Rick shoved Evan a staff. Voss charged. Claws extended. Evan breathed deep. Dodged. Staff cracked scale guard. Voss recoiled. Saili circled opposite. Together! She scented faint. Evan struck true vent tap. Voss dropped. Captains roared approval. Voss gasped. Command. Impossible. Voss gasped. Impossible. Voss gasped. Command impossible. Evan activated slate. Hollow bloomed. Krell signatures. Second queenship. Path here. Saili synced scent. Fire on my mark. Beams lanced from arena batteries. Ship cracked ringside. Crowd chanted, Bond! Bond! Voss knelt. Saili pulled Evan close. Lips met scales. Public now. Bond eternal. Nemi's slate hummed final. Realm elevated. But Rix tensed. Scouts report. Krell, Queen rallies fleet. War true. Dawn's victory cracked wider. Stakes rose. Chancellor Voss's claw stabbed the summons slate. Evan Hale. Contamination inquiry. Chamber 3. Escort him. Captain Rix nodded once. His grip locked Evan's elbow. No force. Just momentum. They marched through palace vents, humming with post-duel chatter. Scales scraped stone. Eyes tracked the human. Evan kept pace. Calm breaths. He'd prepped logs last night. No surprises. Reeks shoved open the chamber doors. Dim glows flickered. Voss perched on the dais, robes starched. Archivist Nemi hunched at a side console, slate humming. 2 protocol guards flanked the exits. No audience. Closed. Sit. Voss's vent hissed. Human. Your proximity to Princess Saili risks biological taint, cultural dilution. Proof the duel was frenzy, not fate. Evan slid into the stone seat. Cool against his skin. Logs first, Chancellor. Full comms. Unredacted. He tapped his wrist slate. Holo bloomed. Transcripts. Timestamps. Sense encoded. Every whisper. Every shared breath hold record. No leverage. Judge clean. Voss's scales rippled. Nemi's claws danced over her console. Data streamed. Minutes ticked. Voss leaned forward. Irrelevant. You contaminate. Human lungs hold too long. Words too blunt. She sinks your rhythm. Hazard to lineage. Evan met the stare. Hazard proved false in arena. Krell ship downed. Bond fired the batteries. Coincidence. Voss waved a claw. Nemi. Verdict. The archivist's vents softened. Human data pure. No hidden channels. Breath patterns. Adapt. Not corrupt. Vera gain. Endurance modeled. Voss snarled. Political match awaits. Human banned from private access. Order issues now. His slate pulsed. Dispatch to Sile's quarters. Public record. Evan Hale. Contamination vector. Separation enforced. Rix shifted. Evan caught the captain's glance test passed. Maybe. Evan stood. Logs. Stay open. Realm watches. Doors hissed shut behind him. Corridor buzzed. Servants scattered. Whispers vented. Hazard. In writing. Evan's slate chimed. Say Elise code. Not private. Public corridor ping. He turned left. Marble gleamed under glow orbs. Foot traffic swelled, nobles, aides, guards. Saili emerged from a side arch. Poised. Crown vents flared azure. She rerouted her schedule. Palace feeds confirmed. Unscheduled overlap. Evan. Her voice cut chatter. Claws flexed. No touch. Public. Crowd slowed. Eyes locked. Princess. He stopped 2 paces. Protocol distance. Order received? She nodded once. Scales shimmered. Voss pushes Lord Kael'tor. Match seals border packed. Vents scented the air honest steel. No fear. Evan scanned faces. Rix trailed at edge. Neutral. Nemi hovered near a pillar. Slate active. Logs submitted. Clean. Saili stepped closer. 1 pace. Murmurs rose. I rerouted. Public proof. Bond endures law. Her gaze held. Trust this? He matched her stance. Breath synced. Trust you. Realm needs it. A noble vented sharp. Scandal. Saili ignored. Krell. Fleet masses. Scouts confirm. Voss blinds to threat. You see patterns. Evan pulled his slate. Holo minimap. Krell vectors from dual data. Queen ship debris yielded codes. 3 more inbound. Flank palace vents. Crowd pressed. Rix muscled forward. Captain. Verify. Nemi projected larger. Human inference. Precise. Vera sensors. Lag. Saili's claw brushed his sleeve. Fleeting. Electric. Walk with me. Public. They moved. Corridor to Grand Hall. Scales rustled. Whispers chased. Evan kept voice low. Voss uses law. We use truth. She scented deep. You held breath. 35. Matched my truths. Voss never tried. Halfway down, Voss stormed in. Robes flared. Princess. Cease. Order binds. Saili halted. Turned. Public corridor. Schedules align. Bond strengthens. Voss's vents boiled. Hazard walks free. Evan tapped slate. Logs disprove. Krell. Proof. Attaches. Holo bloomed again. Nobles clustered. Gasps vented. Nemi chimed. Archival note. Human collaboration elevates. Past queens ignored aids. Fell. Lord Kael'tor pushed through. Broad scales. Border scars. Match. If Bond wins wars, I yield. Voss recoiled. Treason. Rix gripped his staff. Captain's test. Saeli faced Voss. Claws extended. Not threat. Seal. Inquiry failed. Ban lifts? Voss scanned crowd. Azure glows spread. Cheers built. He deflated. Temporary. Fleet first. Hall thrummed. Saili pulled Evan aside. Public alcove. Still eyes on them. Her whisper scented warm. Risked scandal. For us. Evan's hand found hers. Claws gentle. Solved it together. Lips neared scales. Brush. Intimate spark. Crowd vents hushed. Rix's calm crackled. Scouts. Krell Vanguard breaches outer vents. Now. Siley tensed. Bond fires again. Evan gripped tighter. Patterns ready. Alarms wailed. Hall emptied to battle posts. Voss barked orders. Nemi synced data. They ran. Together. Public bond. But Evan's slate glitched. Hidden ping. Anonymous. Human. True hazard inbound. Not Krell. He froze mid-stride. Siley scented his shift. What? Betrayal deeper. Palace shook. First strike hit. Captain Rixtal's voice boomed over the wailing alarms. All personnel. Security drill commences. Royals to secure wing. Aides separate. Now. Evan gripped Saley's hand tighter amid the stampede. Palace vents shuddered from the outer strike. Nobles vented panic scent. Scales rattling. Guards herded them toward branching corridors. Saley's claws pricked his palm. Rix tests us. Her eyes locked on his. Trust gleamed there. Evan nodded. Play it straight. Prove the bond. He released her. Guards pulled her toward the royal lift. Evan veered into the service tunnel with aides and staff. Rix's staff clanged behind. Human! Evac route Alpha! Move! Evan sprinted. Slate buzzed in his pocket. The anonymous ping still glowed. True hazard inbound. Not Krell. He scanned the crowd. Veyron aides clutched data orbs, tails lashing. No obvious threats. The drill klaxons shifted pitch. Holoscreens flickered. Simulated Krell breach points. Guards took positions. Frills flaring in standard alert patterns. 2 vents open. 1 closed. Textbook. Evan slipped into the main hall choke point. Civilians jammed the archway. Scholars. Cooks. Minor nobles. Guards barked formations. But flows tangled. Veyron's prioritized hierarchy, royals first, then warriors. He spotted the anomaly. A guard near the east pillar signaled off-script. Frill half-cocked, vents pulsing irregular. Real stress. Not drill rhythm. Evan's months studying Veyron protocols paid off. That guard's eyes darted to a shadowed alcove. Intruder. No time for comms. Evan raised his voice. Evac flow. Human-style lines by roll. Scholars left lane, staff right. Move steady. Heads turned. Idas hissed. Veyron protocol demanded chaos submission. Evan stepped into the flow. He waved arms, channeling crowds like airport security. Left lane. Data carriers. Single file. Right. No orbs. Double pace. He nudged a scholar's shoulder. The line straightened. Guards paused. Frills twitching. One mimicked his signal. Flows split. Choke point cleared in seconds. Rix's voice crackled on overhead. Report anomalies. Drill intensifies. Evan pushed forward. The off-guard vanished into the alcove. Movement flickered tail tip. Not Veyron scale pattern. Too smooth. Too predatory. Real intruder. Amid drill chaos, Evan tapped his slate. No signal jammers active for drill. He grabbed a nearby guard's arm. East pillar. False frill. Intruder inside. The guard vented doubt scent. Drill actor. Check vents. Pulse wrong. Evan pointed. The guard's frill flared, acknowledged. But the shadow shifted. Figure lunged from alcove. Cloaked in shimmer weave. Not Krell spikes. Sleeker. Saboteur? Evan dodged a thrown blade. It sparked off stone. He rolled. Scooped a fallen staff. Veyron design heavy. Balanced for thrust. Crowd screamed. Flows broke. Evac hold, Evan yelled. Protect flanks. He funneled stragglers behind pillars, using hall geometry. Human crowd control. Treat panic like physics. Direct momentum. The intruder bolted for the royal wing gate. Evan pursued. Legs pumped. Palace shook again. Real outer blasts. Siley's voice pierced the din from ahead. Royal command timbre. Low and resonant. It vibrated bones. Gates seal. All protocols. Lockdown. Massive vents groaned shut. Iron grates slammed. The intruder skidded. Trapped in the corridor merge. Evan closed in. Staff ready. End of line. The figure whirled. Masked face, but vents, wheezed human standard oxygen mix. Not Veyran. Trader plant? Intruder hurled a smoke orb. Evan held breath, charged blind. Muscle memory from Earth Sims. He swung low, connected with leg. Figure crumpled. Claws scraped stone. Saili burst from a side panel, guards flanking. Her eyes locked on Evan through the haze. Bond holds. She vented the command again. Secure. Guards swarmed. They pinned the intruder. Mask ripped free Voss's lesser aid, scales pale with fear. Chancellor's orders. Bond weakens realm. Rick stormed up, staff glowing. He scanned Evan, then the captive. Frill relaxed. Drill revealed truth. Human reads signals we miss. Loyalty proven. Evan straightened, chest heaving. Slate pinged clear jammers off. He checked Saili. Her claws sheathed, but tail brushed his leg. Subtle claim. Alarms shifted outer vents holding. Nemi's voice echoed from comms. Archivist confirms. Intruder logs tie to Voss faction. Bond elevates defense. Crowds vented cheers. Azure approval lights pulsed. Saili stepped close. Her scent warmed his skin. You saw what we didn't. Team effort. Evan met her gaze. Your voice sealed it. Rix gripped Evan's shoulder, rare contact. Access granted. Full. Guards stand with Bond. Voss's comm barked distant protests, but ignored. Palace stabilized. They walked together, hands linked openly now. Nobles parted. Evan's slate vibrated. New anonymous ping. Hazard deeper. Fleet command compromised. He tensed. Saili scented it. Next pattern? Always. His grip tightened. Bond armor held. But shadows lengthened. Reeks halted them at the secure wing. Debrief. Then, real. War. Reef. 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 Evan nodded. Competence bridged worlds. Trust forged steel. But the ping burned. Betrayal rooted high. Saili leaned in. Whisper sent intimate. We solve. Together. Lips brushed scales. Spark ignited. Palace thrummed. Approval. Outer blasts resumed. Fleet inbound. They entered the war room. Ready. Evan scanned holomaps. Veyran fleet icons blinked red ambush vectors. Human intuition screamed. Faint. Adjust flanks, he said. Human pattern. Envelop. Admiral's frills twitched. Saili nodded. Implement. Collaboration turned tide. Hours blurred. Strikes repelled. Voss confined pending trial. Nemi archived the drill. Human norm. Extraordinary vigilance. Third. Onracked. Evan waved it off. Just patterns. Saili pulled him aside post-victory. Private vent chamber. Her claws traced his arm. Scandal risked. Worth it. He cupped her face. Scales cool. Alive. Proved it. Strengthens all. Kiss. Deepened. Interspecies fire. Door hissed. Rix. Captain's clearance. Bond patrols. Authorized. They broke apart. Grinning. Var paused. Bond endured. But Slate pinged again. True Krell alliance. Voss pawn. Core breach. Imminent. Evan's comm cracked. Real hazard inbound. Palace core royal heart. Saili scented fear. Go. They ran. Bond unbreakable. Guards followed. Rix led. Core vents glowed ominous. Pressure built. Evan read signals. One guard faltered Frill wrong. Again, he signaled Rix. Silent. Drill over. Hunt real. Intruder swarm Voss loyalists. Evan funneled them. Choke points. Lines. Siley commanded. Seal. Chaos bent to will. They cornered the lead. Blade clashed. Evan disarmed. Siley pinned. Confess, she demanded. Voss promises power. Bond falls. Rix cuffed him. Treason ends. Nemi arrived. Archivist seal case. Victory stacked. But final ping. Princess. Choose. Realm. Or human. Anonymous deepened. Siley faced Evan. Eyes fierce. Choose us. He nodded. Trust absolute. Court awaited judgment. Bond proved. Realm stronger. Culture shock bridged. Honest choices. 1. Intimate spark burned eternal. Chancellor Voss slammed his slate onto the dais. By edict of the High Council, Princess Siley must affirm the true Krell alliance through binding match or forfeit the human liaison. Exile follows refusal. Effective now. Evan stood rigid beside Siley's throne. Court chamber thrummed with frilled nobles. Scales rustled like dry leaves. His pulse hammered, but he kept eyes forward. Recent treason bust Voss loyalists in the core hung in the air. Proof stacked against the Chancellor. Yet here, he twisted law like a blade. Siley's tail flicked once, restrained fury. She leaned toward Evan, voice a silken hiss. Speak not yet. Voss paced, robe swirling. The realm demands purity. Human bonds fracture Veyron unity. Archives confirm. No precedent endures. Archivist Nemi shifted in her alcove. Quill scratched slate. Her eyes flicked to Evan, curious. Not condemning. Captain Rix flanked the doors. Claws tapped hilt. He nodded once to Evan. Trust, earned in the vents. Evan's hand brushed his seal pouch. Resignation prepped days ago. One stamp. And he walked free. Realm, first. Always. Siley rose. Edict premature, Chancellor. Treason trial. Precedes. Voss sneered. Treason, crushed by your pet. Irrelevant. Law binds. Pet. Evan's jaw tightened. Gasps rippled. Humans spoke rarely in open session. Siley's claw grazed his wrist. Halt. Evan ignored it. Pulled the seal. Gold human alloy gleamed under glow orbs. Princess, I resign. Voluntarily. He pressed it into her palm. Exile unneeded. I leave. Realm intact. Her scales chilled under his fingers. Eyes widened. Violet slits. Dilating. Evan Hale. Stamp it. He met her gaze. Calm. Choice hers. Trust absolute. Court erupted. Nobles hissed. Voss barked laughter. See? Human flees. Rix tensed. Hand on blade. Nemi stood. Record. Liaison offers sacrifice. Veyron compassion clause eligible. Siley crushed the seal in her fist. Metal groaned. No. She hurled it at Voss's feet. Edict rejected. Invoke ancient clause. Bonds of proven valor supersede match. Voss recoiled. Clause obsolete. Obscure text. Archivist. Siley's voice cracked like thunder. Confirm. Nemi glided forward. Slate projected runes. Clause 47. Cycle of scales. Compassion tempers law, when alliance yields strength beyond blood. Precedent. Third Unification War. Cross-clan bond, stabilized, flank. Murmur swelled. Siley turned to the throne bench. Elders leaned in. Testify. Evan Hale. Under oath. Evan swallowed. Oath meant neural scan. Truth or pain. He knelt. Palm on Veyron crystal. Glow pulsed. Burned skin. I swear. Elder quorum. Sayali sat tall. Question him. First elder rasped. Human. Why persist? Exile spares scandal. Evan held steady. Crystal hummed. Bond stabilizes. Proven in core breach. Human vigilance spotted intruders. Frill tells. Patterns align. Veyron command sealed victory. Together. Gasps. Aliens nodded. Rix grunted approval. Second elder probed. Cultural breach. Humans touch freely. Scales scar from such. Evan flexed arm. Claw marks from Sile's vents embrace. Faded, proud. Touch builds trust. Humans adapt. Veyrans endure. Exchange strengthens. I learn your sense fear spikes before strikes. You learn my calm under swarm. Nemi interjected. Archived. Human patterns predicted 3 drills. Extraordinary vigilance. Voss lunged. Manipulation, he bewitches. Rix blocked him. Sit, Chancellor. Or, cuffs repeat. Third elder eyed Sayali. Princess, risk realm for this? She met Evan's eyes. Claws laced his briefly. Hidden. Realm thrives on trust. Evan solved my isolation, culture shock bridged. I command clearer. He follows without dominance. Honest choice. Us or fracture. Crystal flared green. Truth verified. Elders conferred. Whispers hissed. Evan stood. Sweat beaded. But posture straight. Competence shone. Not bragged. Voss hissed. One word, princess. Exile him. Forever. Sayali rose again. Chamber silenced. Her tail coiled possessive near Evan's boot. Outside the throne doors, boots echoed. Urgent. Rix glanced back signal from guards. Evan scented it too. Off frill noble in the crowd. Blade bulge under robes. Another Voss pawn. Sayali inhaled. Caught it. Captain. Rix moved. Intruder. Now. Chaos ignited. Assassin lunged from third row. Blade arced for Sayali's throat. Evan shoved her aside. Rolled. Grabbed wrist. Twisted. Human leverage snapped bone. Blade clattered. Sayali spun. Tail whipped. Knocked assailant flat. Rix cuffed. Confess. Voss. End the bond. Nemi recorded. Pattern repeats. Chancellor's web. Voss bolted for exit. Guards swarmed. Elders banged crystal. Edict void. Clause invoked. Bond affirmed. Stabilizing alliance. Cheers erupted. Frills flared joy. Sayali pulled Evan close. Claws dug shoulders. Proved again. He grinned. But Voss vanished in the scrum. Rix pursued. He flees to Krell docks. Sayali's eyes hardened. Hunt. Evan nodded. One threat down. Chancellor loose. True alliance. Loomed. Court hailed them. Bond sealed. But exile's shadow lingered. In the crush, a slate pinged at Evan's belt. Anonymous. Krell fleet inbound. Voss leads. Choose fast. Realm trembled. Sayali scented his tension. What now? What? He squeezed her hand. Scales warmed. We fight. As one, they ran for the docks. Trust-fueled steps. Culture-forged weapon. Honest fire burned. Rix rendezvoused at vents. Fleet signatures hot. Voss bartered core breach for ships. Nemi joined. Slate glowing. Archives. Human tactics turned unification. Repeat. Evan scanned holomap. Patterns screamed ambush vectors. Choke their thrust. Veyran shields hold line. If we know. Evan scanned pad. Patterns clear. Veyran touch mapped nerve clusters. Human hands adaptable. Practice now. They drilled. Sayali extended arm. Evan pressed thumb to scale joint. Permission 1. Acknowledge territory. She shivered. Good. 2. Circle wrist vents. Heat bloomed. 3. Trace spine ridge. Her breath hitched. Nemi timed. Precision. Human level. Rare. Hours blurred. Evan adjusted. Veyron skin denser. He matched pressure. Sally's eyes locked. Trust built-in touches. Captain Rick's pinged door. Right in 1 hour. Court packed. Traditionalists howl. His scales gleamed, security black. Human, falter. I cuff you. Evan stood. Public square thrummed. Thousands ringed crystal platform. Holos broadcast empire-wide. Elders loomed. Holo thrones. Whispers hissed. Human taint. Princess. Shamed. Human taint. Sayali led Evan up steps. Her gown shimmered void black. His liaison tunic plain. Court eyes bored in. Chancellor's shadow lingered. No Voss, but allies sneered from benches. Edict broken, one barked. Ricks flanked them. Claws ready. Right proceeds. Law binds. Sayali faced crowd. Voice steel. Evan Hale strengthened realm. Voss fell. Bond proves loyalty. Murmurs swelled. Evan's pulse steady. Goal. Complete sequence. Conflict. Scrutiny. Outcome. Certification. She knelt first. Arms extended. Scales. Iridescent. Under lights. Begin. Spelled. Spelleded. Seeing. Evan knelt opposite. Hands hovered. Permission 1. Thumb to elbow joint. Press. Hold. Release. Sayali's vents flared approval. Crowd leaned. 2. Palms to forearm vents. Warmth pulsed. He circled slow. Her tail curled his leg. Intimate signal. 3. Fingers along neck ridge. Scales parted soft. Gasps rippled. Veyrans clutched benches. Nemi whispered aside. Human feels currents. Extraordinary. Nemi. Nemi whispered. Extraordinary. 4. Interlock claws fingers. Hers sharp. His colloosed. Balance. Perfect. Sayali's eyes glowed. Halfway. Sweat beaded Evan's brow. Sequence accelerated. 5. Chest plate tap. Heartbeat sync. Thump. Thump. Matched. Traditionalist. Roared. Abomination. The scales reject flesh. Rick snarled. Guards tensed. Silence. Right. Sacred. Sayali ignored. Focused Evan. 6. Spine trace full. He mapped ridges flawless. Her claws gripped his shoulders. Breath shared. 7. Tail base permission. Delicate. Evan cupped, stroked ventral seam. She arched. Crowd hushed. 8. Jaw vents. Hot exhalations mingled. 9. Eye ridge brush. Golden slits half closed. Tension peaked. 10. Core vents. Abdominal press. Heat surged. Evan held steady. Competence shown. 11. Hind claws link. Awkward human feet. He adapted. Locked firm. 12. Crown permission. Palms to head scales. Full merge. Sayali trembled. Bound. They rose. Hands joined. Final touch. Palm to palm. Court watched. No flinch. No crime. Silence deafened. Then Rick stepped forward. Scanner hummed over their grip. Sequence. Perfect. Permissions granted. Bond. Lawful. He turned to crowd. Voice boomed. Stand down. Princess's choice. Certified. Human partner. Realm. Protected. Cheers erupted. Traditionalists slumped. Elders nodded holo. Strengthens alliance. Saeli squeezed Evan's hand. Claws gentle. Walk with me. Walk with me. Walk with me. Walk with me. Palace gates loomed. Massive crystal arches. Guards parted. She strode through. Evan matched. First human, unescorted. Courtiers bowed. Whispers shifted. He solved right. Scales. Except. Inside gardens bloomed. Biolum vines glowed. Saeli pulled him to alcove. Felt every touch. Human. Steady. Evan grinned. Your cues guided. He brushed her cheek. Skin yielded. She leaned in. Lips met scales. Interspecies kiss deepened. Claws roamed his back. Heat built. Rix approached. Clearance full. Patrol's yours. He saluted Evan. Rare. Reliable. Nemi trailed. Holopad buzzing. Archives updated. Cross-species data. 98% viability. Saeli laughed. Tail wrapped Evan's waist. One step. One step, I said. But gate alarms pinged. Outer feeds flashed. Krell scout probes? No. Diplomatic shuttle. Human emblem. Evan checked wrist comm. Earth, envoy. Hybrid clause query. Saeli's eyes sparkled. Future tests. Court watched from walls. Hands touched. Bond unbreakable.